Hello everyone, my name is Jared Morehouse. I'm going to be doing the presentation for Group 1. This is for our class Online System Analysis and Design, Section 3, Fall 2018. So the website we decided to do was Georgia Mad Hatcher. We want to reconstruct the website, mainly because it's basic, it's missing major features, and we want to make it more attractive for the users. Also want to update security and the performance of the website. And with all this being said, it needs to be reorganized, mainly because if we do all these changes, it's going to increase business. So there's going to be a lot more business interaction and sale on their end. I want to make that appealing for the customer. Okay, so this is their current website. If you take a look at it, the top left image is their home script page. As you can tell, it's pretty rookie looking, if you don't mind me saying. Can use an overhaul. It's extremely basic, visual appeal. It's not very good looking. It doesn't look like someone put the time and effort a website deserves. The bottom left actually is their store link. So there's major issues with their functionality of the store. We want to integrate the store into just one website, so the user isn't switching between two websites to do transactions or buy things. But you can also tell the store is not made well either on HTML5, mainly because you can see these large white sides on higher resolution. That just looks terrible. It gives the store not a very good visual appeal. All right, so project scope. We want to add antivirus and malware to enhance the security. Since private data is happening, i.e. credit card numbers, addresses, names, we want to have a prevention to stopping people accessing that data. Attractiveness is going to be a huge major change as well. This is going to give the website a greater appeal. Okay, so our work plan. This is our proposed work plan. You can see all through here what we want to do. We want to improve the database, set up cloud backup, site security, search bars, translation, photography, uploading to the website, stuff of that nature. The longest we have for duration, so our start date was obviously back in October, but it's ending now in December 26th. So the longest duration is going to be the translation, but that shouldn't be too bad. Going on. Product features. After the revision of the website is done, we want to increase hopefully the enhancements will increase the security and appearance of the website. Social features are going to be implemented. We'll get into that in a second. Photos are going to be added to help give the website a better visual appeal, and information is going to be far more organized and self-advertised. On the store, there were pictures that were just very unorganized. Weren't professionally done, or just didn't look very good very well. Like the thumbnails on them were very off, and as well as the descriptions for them that were not properly done. But going to social features, we think it's important that a business does have a social media presence. Because we're in an ever more online world, it's important that the business gets closer to its customers, whether it be through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, things of that nature. It should be getting closer to its customers through social media, and it's a great way to bring in increased revenue. All right, so with these major updates happening, there's going to be some changes. It's going to require a lot of maintenance from IT professionals, such as database management. Since we're going to have more customers coming into the website, we're going to have a better servers, better databases. It's going to require a lot of work and a lot of setup for us to originally manage. Near the end of it, it's going to be a much easier maintenance overall. We plan to have a smooth operation. We've given ourselves enough time to have a smooth operation. Customers at the end of it are going to feel satisfied, and they'll have a cleaner and better visual appeal, which will increase business. Having a poorly looking website, a lot of computer users do not tend to want to go there. They think it's done cheaply, and they'll think the product is cheap as well. So if you give a nice, clean, visual appealing website, people are going to want to spend money there. All right. So for business processes, we're going to be looking at the client perspective and administrative perspective. But first, let me talk about one of the biggest challenges we're going to be doing. Is I mentioned earlier on that we're going to be doing translations. So since the United States is an ever diverse country, getting more diverse every day, we suggest at least bringing in 2 major translations of the website, Spanish and Chinese, mainly because we're seeing a lot more Spanish being spoken today in America. Not to mention, there's a influx of Chinese immigration, as well as China's on the move. So we're seeing a lot more Chinese business being done overseas. So it's important to have a translated website, potentially in Chinese. We thought about doing more languages, but we thought at first it'd be best just to stick to 2. And if something were to come up where they needed more in the future, that can be done. Now, for client perspective. So with these updates, it's obviously going to give a better visual appeal. The alternate languages, like I said, it's going to be the biggest thing. It can help out. Georgia is very diverse, and it has an ever-increasing Spanish-speaking population. So I think it's important to have a Spanish-speaking or a Spanish website, as well as a more secure website. As I mentioned before, security is of our utmost importance to a website. So, administrative perspective. We're going to be seeing an increased user activity with the new website, and the security of the website, once again, one of our biggest things we're worried about. All right, so performance. So we want to integrate the ability to have an account set up with their website. So there currently is one now, but it's not the greatest. So as you can see on the side, it doesn't really remember your username or password or anything like that, and we want to change that. So this will be an optional feature, but we'd like to have it because other large consumer websites will take a cookie and will save your login info. So companies such as Amazon, Google, Apple, large companies like that. Most common companies have something similar to that. So we feel it's important to integrate that into our website as well. So we want to have a new in-house hardware system. So with the increase of web activity, we're going to expect that the website is going to get bogged down. So we want to get a server or a system in there that can handle all this increased activity. Therefore, during springtime, summertime, fall time, whenever there's peak hours or peak times when they need to sell something, they have that bandwidth available to them. Continued with performance. We also like to implement on the website a data loss prevention system. We were looking at cloud-based storage. However, this comes with some downsides. It only saves your most recent copy. So we have to have a master copy on hand. So if something does happen to where hackers or someone gets a hold of the website, we want to be able to revert it back to its original state. And if you just have the recent copy, potentially someone could have gotten in before on the recent copy. We won't be able to go back all the way to a previous copy of the infected copy. So we want to have a master copy at hand ready to go. More pictures are needed to give an enhanced customer online experience. Once again, we looked at the store. A lot of the pictures were shoddy. We want to give a better look and feel to that. Finally, the website contains a lot of dead links. So links, either the website links weren't either finished or they're just missing. We're not placed in the right directory, something along those lines. So we hope to remove those links or replace them with accurate links. All right, safety requirements. This is going to be a major challenge in our design, so we need to be careful of the selection of our providers. So cyber attacks in the United States are ever increasing. Seen the most recent one with Amazon where emails got leaked, so we want to make sure our data is secure. So things are at stake here. Employee records, customer information, online ordering, credit card information, addresses, social security numbers with employees. If they're doing direct deposit, it's going to be bank accounts. So there's a lot of things now that are online that we need to be careful with. We plan to install hardware in a safe location, whether it's on-site or off-site. That location has to be locked and stowed away. We don't want anyone that's not allowed into that area to be able to access that data. The employer is going to have to train their employees to avoid data loss. So some of the easiest way to get information is through phishing. Human error it's massive right now. So a lot of cyber attacks happen because of human error, whether they're not updating their servers, things of that nature. We just got to make sure that the employer trains or has the staff available that's going to manage data loss. With all these in place, it's going to protect the safety of the owner as well as the customer, because that's important to us. We want to keep the customer safe. That's more important to us than anything. Customers coming to your business, spending money, they should want to feel safe. All right. Security. Like I said before, implementation of an online ordering system, security is going to be the biggest importance. Currently, on their homepage website, it's only HTTP. We want to bump that up to HTTPS, make it secure. Our login procedure, it's going to have to contain higher security features, whether it be two-factor authentication or password requirement guidelines, such as, an 8 password character, and it has to have, at least 2 special characters inside of it, or numbers, or whatever. System access privileges are going to be assigned to the owner, employees, customers. Obviously, the owner is going to have the highest system access privileges, so they can see credit card statements, stuff like that nature. Employees will have some of that. They'll have like a moderate, and the customers will obviously have the lowest. These have to be enforced. We can't let customers somehow get admin privileges over the website. Obviously, due to the volatile nature of the internet now, customer information, like I said before, has to be monitored closely. We want to prevent hacking. It's the biggest issue. Like I said before, to maintain customer credit card information, we have to upgrade the site to proper HTTPS encryption. Google is now requiring many sites to be on HTTPS encryption, or else it's going to say not secure in the top left-hand corner. And many users will not trust a website without that HTTPS. Moving forward, pictures. So, we felt the photographer may be necessary to come out and give the website a better design appeal. Back on my first slide, cruise back there real quick. Back on my first slide, you can see that the pictures they look rookie. They can do a little better work. So if we keep going forward, back to where it was. All right. This will come with major advantages and disadvantages of having a photographer, though. Advantages: you're not going to have stock photos. You're not going to go online and find, random photos online. You're going to be able to connect to your audience better. That's important with a social media presence. You're going to be able to, the audience is going to feel like it's more of a family business if you connect to them. You're not going to have copyright issues. That's huge. With an ever-increasing internet activity, like I said, there's more copyright claims out there than ever before. As well as, you're going to have professional editing of photos. That's super awesome. We want that. That's, it makes it look clean and crisp. Disadvantages. This is where it's going to come in with the cost. So the cost is the variable here. You can either spend a lot, and it's going to cost a lot, but the picture is going to look great. However, the quality of the work is going to fluctuate. If you plan on hiring an intern to get their name in the door, the quality of the work may not be there. Whereas if you go middle of the line, you may be getting, a cheaper cost, but once again, the quality of work is going to fluctuate depending on your cost. All right. Pictures continued. This is going off of a camera now. Camera also have its advantages and disadvantages as well. Advantages: you're going to be avoiding copyright claims because you're taking the pictures yourself. Also, since this is a family business with an ever-changing hatchery, the ability to update photos when needed is important. Disadvantages: price of the camera will determine the quality of the photos. Most photos nowadays are 1080p. But if we want higher resolution photos, they're going to have to spend a little more money. This also will come with no professional editing. This is going to be determined by the skill of the photographer. So if the owner decides to take photos, which I recommend they don't because we've seen their work, the skill of the photographer is going to vary. So if they have to edit their own photos, it may vary. Maybe they were on a different camera to where they couldn't give better photos, and I think that may have been the case. Maybe not their skill. I think it was just the camera of what they were doing it with. Okay. My recommendation, our recommendation is I think they should go with actually buying a camera, mainly because it's a small family business and we're already doing massive updates to their website, so we want to keep their costs at a minimum. It makes sense for them to get a camera with their hatchery changing, new livestock, new eggs, whatever. We want to give that feel that they're a family business. If they purchase a decent camera, it's a one-time buy. They can get a nice camera and it will have high resolution, and they can upload onto their website beautiful, crisp looking pictures. There's plenty of software out there that's free for editing, so we can point them in the right direction. One was Microsoft Ice. It's a fantastic software that's completely free. Yeah, we would point them in the direction for that. I say camera. Mobile version. All right, so their mobile version looks, well, I think it needs to be redone completely. This is a photo from my phone. As you can see, it looks bland, plain. Doesn't look great. I think it needs to be redone. It's not visually appealing. Once again, the store isn't linked, and unfortunately, when you click on the store tab, it brings you to the website. It doesn't bring you to a mobile version of their website, which is not good. So once this is done, the website will have a better and clean, appealing theme on your phone. Mainly that needs to be addressed is that store. We want to get that store attached to the main website. All right, local considerations. So since the hatchery is mainly local here in Georgia, specifically Warner Robins area, it's on a relatively small piece of land, approximately 3.06 acres. And if they see an increase in the business, we suggest they upgrade or buy more land. So obviously with buying more land, it's going to come with the cost, prices of food, water, and employees for the hatchery. So they should expect to see all those prices change as well. Global considerations. All right. The hatchery is not going to be able to ship outside the country without a license. USDA enforces huge regulation laws that are much stricter than any other, stricter than a lot of other countries in the world. They follow strict laws: sanitation controls, animal disease controls, slaughter and processing controls, residue controls, and enforcement controls. So these licenses are not cheap. They could cost thousands of dollars depending on the country you're shipping to, as well as these need to be done per year. So you need to have someone come out and look, especially if you're shipping overseas. It's not cheap. Sorry for my dog in the background. Yeah, so it's not cheap. And they would have to be certified in all of these. So to wrap everything all up with our design, we recommend that the hatchery should stay local. Instead, so they can serve the greater Georgia area. They can even go outside their state. That's not illegal. They're gonna have to follow up with some licensing there, but it's not going to be a huge difference. So they should definitely stay local. All right, so with all that being said, I think that's it. I've hit everything, I believe. Let me just go through. Yeah, so yeah, that is our project for Georgia Mad Hatcher, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.